Medical units stand by. 30 seconds to contact. 20 seconds. 15. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
We got him. Let's go.
And welcome to another episode of Proof of Comics. I'm your host, Frédéric Guimont. And so welcome to all our art aficionados, comic book connoisseurs, and Gooner gamers out there. Let me introduce my co-host here. I'm joined by none other than
a man that I call Bob.
Kaplow.
Welcome, Billy Bob. How you doing tonight?
It's fucking windy.
You're what? Having a storm out there in Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that? We're also joined by Wrangler from Frequency Studios. That was a false start.
Happy Tuesday. Take two. Happy Tuesday night, everybody. Welcome back to the stream.
This is a professional show, I'll have you know.
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
Everybody gets
I
an
taught him
intro.
every mistake he knows.
Nice.
Welcome, Len Lurks, to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome, man. So you've got a show of your own that you're kind of basing off. This is going to tie into a sad story you got today. Did you hear about? I was going to lead into. You've got a show that's kind of based off Space Ghost, the old show that's kind of using a cartoon theme to interview people.
Kind of
right?
like that, yeah. Yeah, I heard about Mr. Lowe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. But it's amazing. I don't know if you ever try to rewatch episodes later on, like after we've been exposed to entertainment that's designed for attention deficit. It's like hard to watch those episodes nowadays.
Yeah.
because they're so dry and slow paced. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
It's
always
amazing
robots.
that we were ever entertained.
Yeah, well, there was nothing on. It's like, oh my god, the box with lights is making sounds and beeps now. Let's stare at it, you know.
And very, very disjointed interviews, like with every guest. I'm guessing they like had to tape it, pre-record the end interview, and then just inserted weird lines awkwardly throughout the episode.
Listen,
That's what it sounds like, you know.
I got a clip that I picked off of Twitter today that talks about the making of it. Here, it's a 2-minute.
Oh, okay,
clip.
nice.
Let's have a quick listen to this. How they did the second show?
He was a superhero. He was a little on the pompous side, but that's the way all the superheroes were in the 60s.
Come in if you hear me.
Ran on NBC for a year or so and ran on CBS for a year or so. And then went away.
Where it stayed, apparently doomed to superhero oblivion.
We're trapped in the maze of horror!
But revived by cable TV's Atlanta-based Cartoon Network.
So, who are you again?
With a new production team, new voices.
Diary of a Mad Space Ghost. Portrait of Space Ghost as a young man.
And a new concept, created by a man named Mike Lazo, who watched the original show as a kid and had a notion to rescue the doomed superhero. This is where Space Ghost Coast to Coast comes together, where editor Tom Roach pirates animation from the old series.
All the elements live on this one tape. They're all here. We use this one 90-minute tape over and over again.
To turn his cartoon character into a talk show host with for-real guests.
We start with just Snow, and then from Snow, we put the guest in. So what we'll do is we'll take this shot, we'll take the mat and key that right on top, and then Space Ghost and Michael Stipe are ready to carry on a conversation. Now the interviews are done all over the U.S., all over the earth. Wherever the guest needs to be, we plug them into a CNN studio.
Space Ghost is hiding something.
This group takes the interview and writes and rewrites a script around it. An artist creates some new pictures to supplement the 1960s animation. Its creators call it recycling entertainment, taking a somewhat dated concept and giving it a 90s twist.
In case the guest is impolite to Space Ghost, sometimes the guest just has to get smashed into oblivion.
There you have it, gentlemen. Space Ghost, second edition. So I don't even think I've ever seen the originals. Have you ever watched the original cartoons?
Not all the way through, just clips.
Just clips, right?
But it's cool how they reinvented the character like that.
Yeah, for sure. I remember seeing like interviews with Timothy Leary and characters like that, like kind of counterculture.
Yeah,
Space Ghost. It was kind of
imagine
wild.
the kind of people they'd have to have on there nowadays.
Oh man, they couldn't
Dude,
be.
for me, it was
on
the other way
YouTube.
around. I saw the original series. I knew of Space Ghost Coast to Coast, but I was always at work when it was on, so I never watched it.
Wow.
Okay.
So were you a fan of the show when you were a kid? The original series? Because they had 2 seasons, right? 2 years.
Yeah, and he had his 2 sidekicks, and their thing was I think they could turn invisible and phase through walls or something. But
Wait, that sounds like Invisible Girl there.
well, they didn't have force fields or anything. I was a little kid, so I barely remember it. I just know it was lumped in with all the other Hanna-Barbera stuff I used to watch. Like,
listen, his only other entertainment. His only other entertainment was Moses parting the Red Sea, guys.
No, not true. Fraggle Rock was on as well.
Oh, it's good. That was Muppets.
There's
Love
like
them.
a heavy metal version of that intro of Fraggle Rock that's pretty cool. But I
really?
think it was the
gotta look that up.
Locust. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's weird, man.
Fraggle Rock was, yeah, it was weird, man. What are they called? Those huge creatures that try to catch the
The
Fraggles?
gourds. I think it was the gourds.
Yeah.
And then you had the trash heap full of knowledge.
They would eat the crystals that they would use to build their own structures as well. Like, that never made sense to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
the doozers. The doozers would build that stuff, and the Fraggles would come eat it.
Wow. Okay. That's a bit too much Fraggle lore for one show. Yeah, but you've got a comic book you're working on as well, aren't you, Len?
Yeah, actually, the art is done. So right now, I just want to have like a healthy mailing list before I go live with it.
For sure. Are you going to do a
And
crowdfund?
yeah, it's an apocalyptic, a post-apocalyptic tale of a homemaker surviving the apocalypse.
And you've got a trailer for it, I believe.
Yep.
Do you want to pull it up, or I could pull it up on my end as well?
Sure. Yeah, I sent it to your DMs. If
Yeah, I got it close by. Maybe Billy Bob can entertain us while I search for that link.
Shout out to the ripoff verse for making that for me.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, I almost. Good. Just okay. So.
Oh my God.
Homemaker, got it here. Sharing, invite, presents.
All right, have it ready now.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me share. Here we go. Homemaker, Holly. All right. Let me
format.
Yeah, let me put it up on YouTube. Try to full screen this.
Come on, Grandpa. Jesus.
Hold on.
Hosting a show is a juggling act.
Yeah, and I can't juggle. Okay, because it opened it up in another tab. Okay, I get what's happening.
All right, is it ready yet?
Yes, ready to go. Let's go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Homemaker Holly #1 trailer. Wow.
I couldn't help but notice S-Mart in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice catch, yeah.
Oh, that kicks ass, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I love the style, very strong graphical style.
Yeah, it's, I figured it deserves something a little abstract. Just stylized enough. There's a fine line. So just stylized enough, I feel.
Yeah, for sure. And so I watched the trailer, but I'm not sure where the homemaker part falls into the story here.
Yeah, so it's like she was a homemaker in the world that used to be, and now she has to embrace an extreme version of what she was to survive the apocalypse.
Okay, kind of like Sarah Connor a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So, really was inspired by I wanted to dig deep on an unsung hero, and in this day and age, what's more unsung than a homemaker?
They're completely extinct, aren't they?
Yeah, they're almost completely extinct. Yeah. So I just thought it'd be fun to I'm a big fan of Spawn, okay? And I've been waiting for this reboot to happen. And if you ever listen to Todd McFarlane explain like what he's going for in this reboot, how he was going to make Spawn this boogeyman character, and it was going to, maybe be in the point of view of the supporting cast. I kind of wanted to do that with this book, where the boogeyman character was Homemaker Holly, and you don't know when she's coming, but when she does, it's like way over the top, and really creative ways for her to somewhat realistically overcome, adversity in certain situations that you might be dealing with in those situations. So yeah, but that first scene you see is her preparing to invade a FEMA camp at the local S-Mart.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Kmart type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Like you could turn it into a military installment on a dime. Yeah, man, that's really badass. Post-apocalyptic, very stylish. Almost gives me kind of like Tank Girl vibes a little bit.
Yep, a little bit. Yep. I always say, like, if Tank Girl was a trad wife, that this is what you're gonna get.
Oh, that's a good tagline, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you say the art is
had
done?
a lot of fun reading this.
Yeah,
it's the art's complete, but the lettering, I'm gonna wait until I go live and then I'll do the lettering. But that's no big deal, But I wanted to front all the arts because I'm a noob, and I understand the concerns with people fulfilling their campaigns and all that, and I want to be able to show, strength in that area, so that
I did the
calm
same
the nerves
thing
a
as
bit.
well. Yeah.
Especially from a goofy alien hovering between the Earth and the moon. It'd be so easy for me to just dip out. So.
Right, we could never track you down in your spaceship.
And that's all, folks.
Yeah, we'd never be able to track you down in your spaceship if you you made a run for it.
She's a little old, but if you know how to work her, she still gets up there in speed.
Yeah, kind of like
you look like you might have been Roger Smith's bully.
Yeah, for sure.
So it must smell like a fucking 1960s restaurant in there with the cigarette and stuff. Like
it smells a little bit like shit. I got a little pet running around here, and he shits all over the place.
Yeah, that's
my half brother's supposed to be picking that up, but he's a gamer, so getting him off Rocket League is a big pain in the ass.
Yeah, is that your co-host, the robot?
No, the co-host is my all-seeing, all-knowing robot. Yeah, he is charging right now, but I also have my half brother.
You don't have a spare battery when his battery's out?
Well, you think we could have something like that.
Like
but,
alien confirmed.
We're not as advanced as you think. I mean, look at the stain on my shirt, for crying out loud.
Pretty cheap, I could tell, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, sure.
But you know what? I do have a beef against you.
Okay.
You're supposed to take Mark Zuckerberg back.
Oh, yeah, no shit.
You're mixing aliens and lizards. He's a lizard, not an alien.
Yeah, we don't that's like race mixing that we don't.
Yeah, that's racist on your part, Billy Bob. Congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Fucker says the G word. What are you talking about?
Which one?
Gremlins.
Gremlins, yes. You're a gremlin.
It's supposed to be Grimla.
Grimla. And you also got your show is also on Tuesday because everyone who has a cool show does it on Tuesday.
Yes. What time does yours run till?
We usually about 2 hours. Like
okay,
it's not like a hard stop.
Mine would start right after yours is done. Then.
Yeah, it's up. Well, because you got a show running tonight, right? Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
9 Central, whatever that ends up.
That's
10 Eastern.
Yeah, that's where you are too. Central, right, Billy Bob?
What?
Central time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're also supposed to have a gay otter.
Oh, what's your YouTube channel again?
At Len Lurks is my YouTube.
Matter of fact, we're going to be forcing Frederick to eventually be a ping tuber as well.
We got the links in the show notes if you want to check it out. For subscribe to his mailing list, I will as well. I want to check that. I don't want to miss that comic out. So, how many pages is it? You say the art's all done.
It's 40 pages.
Okay, so that's a legit like graphic novel size.
Yep.
You doing soft cover, hardcover?
Soft. Yeah. I might expand it a little bit before I go live. I'm still talking to the artist. He still wants work, and I don't want to lose him, so I might be giving him some more work. It's either that or start book 2. So
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It looks like a great project, man. I think you're gonna have a lot of success just with the art. I mean, I'm an art guy, 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I tell you, that's because obviously I draw. But like all my decisions are mostly based on the art of comics, and I'm totally digging this. Like it's got a sexy kind of 50s vibe, but it's got that apocalyptic Mad Max kind of feel to it as well. With the I'm digging it.
Yep. I'm hoping I have a good eye for unrealized talent out there, because I did find Kenneth Rocafort before he made it way back in the day. On something I never got published or printed. I got some. I might release some of that art with this campaign. Would be a cool thing for
make it
people
a goal.
To see.
Make it a campaign goal. Like if you reach this
like
amount, I'm releasing this never before seen art of this artist who blew up. Hey, speaking of artists, Corey Barton in the house. How you doing, man?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Corey Barton was all over my Twitter feed last year with his cover with Immortal Rising, Blue Lady. Speaking of which, we're going to have Aaron of Immortal Rising next week as a host, as a guest, guest host. So tune in next week for that as well. It's going to be fun. I think he's got a new campaign launching as well, and he's got a. And Randall, you did a whole. You think you're going to pull out the book there. So you had a first trial at a book that never saw the light of day, Len. How was that experience?
It was my very first project, and lessons were learned. It's like it was one of those where I was so young. I feel like if you're at a certain age of youth, you can't really write anything until you've really experienced some things in life.
Dude, that rings so true.
Yeah, I think you really got to have some struggles and shit before you understand how to make a compelling story. So that book is a little too innocent, a little too naive, I would say. And I'm going to bury that sucker.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to, it's normal. I think it's normal. Like everyone, like even famously, George Orwell had a first book that he threw out in the trash that no one ever read, because he's like, you throw out your first book because, you make your first mistakes. It's your trial run, and, you learn from that, and then you can make your first book, which is your real first book.
Right.
And, welcome to General Piggy in the chat for the first time.
Hey,
welcome,
General Piggy. All right.
He's a mod, I believe, on the Comicsgate
X
feed.
On the group.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome, man. All right. Okay, so do you know when you're going to launch your campaign? You got a time slot for that, or?
I'm hoping to get 100 people on the mailing list, and then I'm going to launch once I have 100 people. I'm up to 20 right now, and I'm barely just getting started joining people's streams. So I think it's a feasible goal.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let me sign up. I closed the. Go.
But where I'm funding it, that's a different story. I want to really fund my comic exclusively, but I know a lot of people already signed up on Indiegogo and stuff like that, so that's a tough decision. But I really respect what Fund My Comic is doing, so I'm hoping I can be part of supporting them.
100%. I mean, I know some people do.
Multiple
both
platforms. Yeah.
I know I have trouble with Indiegogo. For some reason, Indiegogo won't charge my card.
Really? Okay.
Fund My Comic works perfectly for me, but Indiegogo, I've never been able, because I've tried to get a few campaigns, and every time I couldn't get it to work.
Sure.
So I don't know what the issue is. It works perfectly well on other sites, but I've never tried Kickstarter. I think most Comicsgaters are not on Kickstarter. Some are still.
Yeah, that's kind of
issues with
a no.
Yeah, it's cancellation issues and things like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
need those issues. I've already been down that road.
You have?
I had this show back in 2020, and I had 3 guests on. What I would do is pick like well-known patriots, and this was during the Trump campaign of 2020. I had Malik Obama on my show, and
that was for real. That was not a. I thought you like taking a clip of Malik elsewhere, but you really had him on
he
your
really
show?
was on my show. Yeah, and
Oh,
I asked him the big question about Michelle Obama, and my Twitter account, mind you, this was before Elon Musk. My Twitter account got nuked, and my YouTube account got nuked, and I was up to I was up to 500 subscribers on YouTube, and I had just started. I only had 3 episodes. So imagine I had 3 episodes, 500 subscribers. I had like 4,000 Twitter followers. And so, I'm building from ground zero right now. So it's been a hell of a journey, man. So I'm
you were over the target. That's what happened.
Yeah, it's just wild, dude. It was wild. Bad timing. Bad timing for free speech. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. But now the wind is turning, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm loving X too. I've been going live on X. I go live on X, and then I do like a nicely edited, fast-paced YouTube upload after the fact.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I'm doing that now. And
Okay, cool.
loving X, man. It's just so much freedom, dude. It just feels like you can breathe again. You can be yourself.
Yeah.
I put all my crappy, distasteful music on there. We watch music videos every now and then. It's just,
cool.
without having to worry about copyright strikes. So
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome.
I think as long as you're not like monetized, they don't.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. Yeah.
Yep.
And you did a clip show as well. I think your last episode last week I was watching, it was a clip show as well. You going through some Twitter clips and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's kind of the format. Yeah,
Yeah,
we just go through my Twitter timeline and just tear shit apart. I guess all the notable shit. We just, just fuck around and talk about it. And it's only an hour long, so.
So Len, I gotta ask you this question.
Sure.
You do know how to do some spread eagle pages, right?
Oh yeah. You do like you imagine a panning of a camera, and
so
and then
have you seen the Eric July one?
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
So
absolutely crazy.
Frederick knows I like to shit on Mike S. Miller's double page spreads because they're some of the worst I've ever seen.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But I've never seen someone top.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think Shane Davis found out what happened because the interior cover of the front and the back have nothing printed on it. And he believes that what ended up being page 1 was supposed to be cover interior. So everything got shifted down.
Yep, that's amazing.
That seems to be the issue.
And he still shipped it.
Yeah, so that went past his team, that went past the editor, that went, to the, it was approved as a PDF to print.
Quality control at its finest.
Hey, here's the otter. We were just getting questions in the chat, like, where's Otter? What happened?
Who let the water weasel in?
Corey was like, he came here to see an otter, and he's like, where's my otter?
Listen,
Well,
I can
an
forgive
otter is
dramatic
never late. He arrives precisely when he means to.
He arrives when he's looking for clams.
That's cultural appropriation, Otter.
No, it's an original thought by the water weasel.
You
not
ought to
stolen
know
whatsoever.
We've got B.A. Turner as well, who's also
Hey,
got a show
B.A.
on Tuesdays from time to time. So I think
Yeah, he was on my show a few episodes back.
Yeah, he was on my show first. So, just
Yeah,
saying.
that's cool.
B.A. is a real trooper,
He's
man.
seeing some success out there, which is nice to see.
Yeah, happy to see that. I got my copy of his books as well with the prints,
Yep.
and I can't wait to see the comic. How's the script coming along there, BA? That's the coolest
Yeah.
part, I think.
It said Otto was busy fighting the Balrog.
Well, obviously. I'm
Fred-
Otter the White, I'll have you know. And I'm here at the turning of
That
the
sounds
tide.
racist. I'll allow it.
I'm an otter supremacist, all right? I say what I want.
Yeah, they're
So
taking
Frederick,
over.
this new the Always Sunny clip is gonna be PTSD now for you, right? The
Which one?
like an egg in this trying times.
Well, I'll be fine because I'm a Bitcoin holder, so I'm not going to be subject to the fiat inflation. But it's going to be bad for Canadians. I'll tell you that. They're already struggling, so it's not good. It's not good, my fellow Canadians.
Like,
I think he's gonna
we can't buy snails anymore.
Listen, I've got a little clip that explains the trade war here. It's 2.5 minutes. Let's take a watch, and then we'll become experts on the matter after that.
The most insane trade war has officially begun because Canada, Mexico, and China are pissed and have now all announced their own plans on how to retaliate against Trump's tariffs. So what the hell is going on? Well, you see, yesterday Trump's promised 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico and 10% on China officially kicked in. What that means is that any goods sent from these countries to the United States will now cost companies 25% more, or 10% in China's case. So for example, if a Canadian business sent a car to the US that cost $50,000, today US companies will pay a $12,500 tariff at the border. So the price of your once $50,000 car is now actually $62,500. Why would Trump purposefully make things more expensive for Americans? Well, two main reasons. The first is more of a longer-term, unguaranteed benefit, but it would be to change consumer habits to buy more American-made products and incentivize more international companies to manufacture in the US. In theory, that means a stronger US economy, more stable jobs, and less dependence on foreign countries. The second reason for imposing these tariffs would be to use them as a tool to pressure Canada, Mexico, and China into doing what Trump wants. Some of these things that he's publicly mentioned include renegotiating trade deals, stopping illegal immigration, and the flow of fentanyl. There's also the far-fetched idea of Canada becoming a state of America. But here's where things get interesting, because instead of just doing what Trump wants, Canada has clapped back with a 25% tariff of their own, and Mexico said they're doing the same but haven't announced the percentage yet. China reacted a little differently by preparing to file a lawsuit with the World Trade Organization. So why is Trump not backing down? Just listen to this. In 2023, Canada sent 76% of all of their exports to the United States. That accounts for roughly 19% of their entire GDP. In 2024, Mexico sent 78% of all of their exports to the United States. That makes up 37% of their entire GDP. But for America, their exports to both countries combined only make up roughly 2.7% of their entire GDP. So simply put, even if they do retaliate, getting into a tariff war with the United States would hit Canada and Mexico much harder. Trump knows this, and he's using it.
In other words, we're fucked.
So
Well,
anyways,
as Canadians, you
it's
know.
open seed.
Yeah, it's gonna fucking, like, my comic was already expensive because of the shipping from Canada. Can you imagine now? 25% tariff on top of
All
that.
digital comics, Frederick.
Yeah.
I have to
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Wow.
Until we become
own
the
nothing and
51st
like it.
state.
It is wonderful copium, no?
Also, since Corey's in here in the chat, Corey, do you got an Andromenoids update for us?
Ooh, yeah.
We want our Andromenoids, all right?
Yeah.
Read out.
Coon.
Read out.
Yeah.
We're
Also, you end up
fucked.
getting-
Anyways,
Matter of fact, read out. We ended up getting heel John Cena before GTA 6. Ain't that fucking something?
The what, John Cena? What happened there?
Heel. Heel Cena.
Oh, he became a heel.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to get Readout to give us an update on wrestling from time to time. Readout, if you want the link, drop in. You got an open invite.
He's pretty much the only reason I know about shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's got to keep us
I don't watch
updated.
any of this shit.
I think that, like, wrestling is very close to superhero comics. I mean, they're wearing
Listen.
costumes. There's a show
They really
happening.
are.
You know,
Keep in
there's-
mind, John Cena's only in like his entire career has only been heel like once or twice.
he's after my time, to be honest. Like, I've never seen Cena except in memes and on Twitter and stuff.
Pretty much, they make him like the superhero. That's what his entire career's
Yeah.
been.
Well, I saw when he learned that he learned Chinese and was able to apologize to the Chinese
What did
government. We're calling
think that's
Taiwan a country or something.
Tenkage, the John Cena. And I said,
John Cena.
Ling Ling, get the FU back. Because
Princess
used to
Warrior.
his finisher move was called the FU, and then they when they went PG, they turned it to like the attitude adjustment. I'm like, all right, if we're gonna have a heel soon, I'll just change it back. Okay.
Yeah.
He does need to come out in a full like Mao costume and shit. That should be his entrance and stuff. Just full on China.
He's read out his literal encyclopedia of wrestling and other historical facts.
You know what the craziest thing I watched yesterday? I didn't know that fucking Trump went on the Undertaker's podcast. First of all, that's how I found out Undertaker had a podcast.
Whoa, I'm just learning all this now. Oh, you got to update me.
Like, I want to say like a month, like literally the month of the election, they had Undertaker was interviewing Trump.
Whoa, I know Trump was doing a lot of podcasts, but I never heard about the Undertaker because he obviously he did Rogan, and he did a couple of comedian podcasts that I'm.
And he did Undertaker.
He did Theo Vaughn's podcast too, and Undertaker has a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the first time I ever heard of that.
I might pull it up here in a little bit.
I gotta look.
Does
look that up.
Is he like in full?
Real thing. Here's
Does
the
he
thing.
call it Dead Man Inc.?
Is he in costume? Like, does he have the makeup and?
No. He's like retired.
You can still
Does
put
he call it
makeup
Dead
on.
Man Inc.?
Yeah, but you ain't gonna do all that effort. Come on.
All right.
Hold up. I'll pull it up real quick.
In the chat while we're here.
So, anyways, I watched that entire interview, in which basically most of the interview was just Trump, like asking him questions about wrestling.
You're kidding. Oh, that's wild. We should EFAB that with readout. Fact checked everything.
Hold up.
That's hilarious. Okay, hold on. Let me get some links out here in the chat.
He was weird. I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, let me
go to my history.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm putting the link for Len Lurks Moar's comic in the chat. Well, it's not for the comic; it's for the MailChimp. We got to get the number up to 100. How many are you at right now? How many?
20.
We need? 20. Okay,
we need 80 more.
Rookie numbers. Let's pump it up, guys.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Got to get the number up and running. If we're going to get a crowdfunder, so we can eventually get the comic. Let's get the interest going. Share this with your grandma. Hit everybody up in the socials. Get it going.
Likely that grandma knows what being a homemaker is, so that might resonate.
Exactly, man. They're I was going to say the future, but the future of the past. So I don't know what I'm talking about. But grandmas love comics. They love trad wives. They'd be proud to read your comic, I'm sure. And I can't wait to read it, man. It's got that tank fight girl. We're all dreaming of a trad wife that can kick some ass in the apocalypse.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, this is real.
Oh, damn.
Married for 14 years.
Hold on, let me share it. Share the link because you've got that issue with the sound, Billy Bob. Share it in the private.
This is a real thing, and I wouldn't have it any other way, by the way.
Yes, I've watched the entire thing. And that's how I saw like a short of this, and I was like, first of all, Undertaker has a podcast. Second of all, he interviewed Trump. I didn't know about this.
That's wild. Wild. But Trump's an everyman kind of guy. That's the thing. You can talk about pretty much anything.
There you go. It's in there.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, let me just share.
It's real. It's real.
I mean, we're not going to watch the whole thing, but we can just have a glimpse at it.
Literally, like 75% of it is Trump being like, literally just asking about questions and then telling stories about when they met each other.
Okay.
And like, how Trump always talks when he's with anybody.
Yeah.
Is he like, he's very complimentary?
Yeah.
If you notice,
I mean, even whenever he's bullshitting, he's still making a good point about it. That's the fun thing about Trump. Even whenever he's going off a random tangent, he'll still bring it back in and make a really good bit of insight or something along those lines.
Well, it's kind of just the way he talks. Like that's why with the Zelensky stuff, where Zelensky wasn't really understanding what Trump was saying.
Yeah,
Trump is like,
very
no,
calculated.
you have to like, you can't.
Did you see he had his wrestling
death and all this other shit? And this is the most evil person if we're trying to get like peace talks.
Did you notice they had a wrestling belt right beside Zelensky in the talks?
Oh, that was real?
Yeah.
I thought somebody was BS, and I thought that was photoshopped in there.
Oh, it could be.
Well, that's funny.
If it is, I fell for it as well. But
okay. I didn't take a close look at it.
We'll have to investigate.
Watch the actual thing. I don't think there was no.
We're gonna have to zoom in and enhance.
I did see what you're talking about.
Yes, and he even brings up WrestleMania 4 and 5 during the discussion.
And he's not fake. Like he was involved in wrestling matches, like at least in the entertainment part of it, like way back in the day. Like he was doing cameos on the side of the ring and stuff.
So Team Kage was specifically talking about 4 and 5 where he was in it. I know in
WrestleMania,
2011, 2012, or was it 2010? Which one it was, when WWE was having on Raw, and every week they would have a celebrity thing. So when Raw was doing that for like 5 or 6 months.
All right.
And they had Trump.
I should full screen this. Hold on.
That's where the
hair
Trump
versus hair match.
That's where the Trump meme of from back in 2016 of the news outlets and shit. He was beating them up in the ring. Comes from when he did it in I think Raw.
Yeah, wasn't that the hair versus hair match where whoever, depending on who lost, either he or Vince had to shave their head?
Yes.
Okay, I'll skip to the how he became interested in wrestling portion. I think that one's relevant.
This and that. I guess it goes back a long way. I held 3 or 4 WrestleManias.
Yeah, 3 and 4 were at.
I think so.
Yeah.
And they were good ones.
Yes.
They were really good ones. It was hot as a pistol then. It's sort of always been hot, but I think it was really hot. And I don't think I did the first one, but I did maybe 3 and 4.
3 and 4. It's the only. Yeah, it was the only time that it's been in the same place 2 years in a row.
3 and 4. In fact, it was so good I wanted the second one, right? But and it was a tremendous success. It was great. And really, Dana White and Vince are really 2 guys. They're very unique people. Dana's incredible.
Yeah.
And different, it's different kinds. It's actually a much different product in a certain way, even though it's,
No, it is. Yes. Yeah.
It's a much different product. But they sort of have some qualities.
To be fair, I don't think they did that for Trump. But if they were just going to give him a title, it would just be the $1 Million Man title.
I was going to call him Giga Trump.
He's something. Shall we continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let him go.
That are very, very similar. But Dana's done an unbelievable job, and Vince preceded him by a little bit, but boy, what a job he did. Right?
Yeah, he really did create just a global juggernaut with WWE and
so the combination sounds like it's a good combination, right?
So far it's really been amazing, and I think they've only really scratched the surface to how far this is going to go. I mean,
well, Linda McMahon I picked, who really helped Vince a lot over the years. A lot of people don't know that, and she's a fantastic woman. She's been a big.
Uh-oh, what happened?
The internet might have
sorry.
cut out.
No, I paused it and I was muted.
Oh,
sorry, guys.
You had us worried there for a second, Frederick.
Yeah, they did. Canada caught me and they cut the internet.
Thanks,
Canada. I had much fun watching Trump.
No, I was saying it wasn't going anywhere, the story, but what do you think? Should we keep going, or is that enough? He's got, showing more of his personal side. Let's check out the personal side.
And I know you got to have that. I know you got that tough guy persona and that
I know
bravado,
he also brought up
but
the 2 assassination attempts that were happening on Trump.
Yeah, okay, that might be in earlier. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the mugshot one where he's talking about it.
Who are the great stars now? Wrestlers of all time.
And those two are just the two that we know about.
Yeah, because there was also attempts on the plane, and there was like some people were storming Mar-a-Lago a couple of times. He's crazy. It's crazy shit, and it's about to get crazier, I think, because I mean, before they were opposing his election, now he's in power for the second term, and now they got to oppose him full out in the open.
And here's the thing: at the very end, I think he was asking about what was it, the trans and sports shit.
Yeah,
in which he even brought his daughter over there to ask Trump what his position.
Oh, really? Like he brings out the girl?
Yeah, he brings out his daughter at the very end.
The interesting thing about these next 4 years is just going to be the reaction to like all of these people opposing Trump, while both he and Elon are exposing a lot of fraud and corruption in the government. So it's like, how are you going to resist that whenever it's like clearly unlawful things are happening?
Oh no, my fraud!
Oh no!
Yeah.
The one I really don't understand is the whole New York office thing. They refuse to produce all the Epstein files.
Yeah, the FBI is having a civil war within itself right now.
Yeah, but I mean, with a guy who they say stepped down. You know, he's pretty much given no choice. He was fired for not handing that stuff over. He's telling his other guys who are still there to dig in and do what's right.
Dig
and
their
politicians
heels in and
are
double down.
defending this. Why?
Well,
Seriously, why?
That's the good thing about Trump, Corey, is he actually doesn't want to have war at all.
Yeah.
He's been very outspoken about it.
And that's the amazing thing, because they were saying, don't vote for Trump, you'll get World War III, but it's the exact opposite, as it always is.
Right. Well, they're always projecting that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Well, they kept saying that, but then Trump is like trying to get peace with Ukraine and Russia, right? Wants an actual ceasefire.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there is a position where, like, if Ukraine gets in NATO, I mean, that if Russia keeps attacking, that does put us in, like, a big-ass war.
Yeah.
Well, there's a running theme with a lot of America's enemies. Before Trump gets elected, they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to kick Trump's ass. He can't do anything against us. Then Trump gets in office. They're like, yes, sir. It's like they're singing a completely different tune at that point.
Yeah. Shall we continue I got the clip where his daughter comes out.
So hold up. Tenkage, I rewatched the WrestleMania 25 with Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. Really good match. Both did really good. All right, continue.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Here we go.
Wow, such a beautiful. That's what I call a beautiful daughter, huh?
Thank you. She is, and she's quite the quarterback too.
But you don't want to go and wrestle a guy like if you were doing that, because people do that, like your father, right? He's a little too much to handle, right? No, I will get rid of it fast. Men playing in women's sports is insane. Okay, it's insane. I mean, I can't even imagine anybody thinking anything other. Like, you have to have borders, right? You have to have fair elections. Where are the people that want it? Have you ever met anybody that said, we want men playing in women's sports? I've never met anybody. I know there's got to be some kind of a movement. I'm going to terminate that immediately. I'll terminate it. I'm not going to let it happen. Yesterday, a volleyball player got hit. Female team where somebody transitioned. And you don't think of volleyball.
Hold up, Paul.
She got hit.
By the way, just play this and then play a Joe Biden interview.
Oh, shit.
They're like, he's the most sound of mind man. I'm like, alrighty.
Yeah.
Like, you listen to Trump, even though he goes off on little tangents, shit, he at least stays on topic.
Even Biden says what?
Yeah. By the way, he did keep his promise. Day one, remember that.
Which one is that?
What, Trump's? On day one, when he made it only male and female of the genders.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Signed it in law. Which is crazy. We're in a weird timeline where we have to actually put it in law.
I keep having to look at the calendar because Trump has only been in office for a little over a month now.
Yes.
And I'm like, so much has changed.
Yeah, he's been pretty busy.
Listen, he somehow under his term, Doge, a thing that, let's be honest, most of us thought was just going to be kind of a worthless thing. Yeah. Just another government agency. Turns out in like less than 2 weeks, it's already fucking like finding a bunch of fraud.
And a lot as well, like hundreds of billions. It's not cheap. Like
they're not fucking around. Let's put it that way.
Like the media had to report it as big balls when they were one of the people that was working.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful, man? It's like reality is so poetic sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
Damn, yeah, we're gonna get those tariffs. Are you getting Canadian cheese? Is that what's happening, Corey Barton? Damn. Oh no, because you're not in the U.S. Corey's out in he's down under. Yeah. All right.
Is Corey in? Corey, are you in?
I think they're in
I
Australia.
think he's somewhere in Europe.
No, Australia, I believe.
Corey, where are you from? I don't think you're from Mexico. I'm pretty sure.
They have Australian accents. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so let's
I
continue.
think he's from Australia.
Now, this guy, this was a man who transitioned to a woman, and they showed the shot, and it was all girls. There were girls, older, like 18, 19, 20, very good players, like all-American type players. I think a college team or something. And they had the one guy on the one team, and he was up so high in the air, and he smashed that ball. You don't see that. And this ball came at her at a speed that...
Say again?
So my condolences to you, Corey. My condolences. He's an Aussie.
He's an Aussie. Yeah, man. Dude, like if we're complaining here in Canada, in Australia, it's even worse.
Matter of fact, the one I feel actually the most worried about is Nicola.
Yeah, that's very true.
Nikolai?
The meme police over in Germany right now.
Oh yeah.
He's one of the people in our servers and stuff, and he's a German.
Ouch.
Literally, you can find the clip of where the Germans were very happy about. Yes, we're locking up people for memes. Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot insult someone in Germany.
They said it's actually worse to say it on the internet. Yeah,
because it's verboten, because it's permanent on the internet.
Yeah.
Then JD Vance is like, what the fuck?
Like, how's that working out for you, Germany? They sold all their Bitcoin too. Like, there's no going back. Terrible move. All right.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, let's continue here.
But she's never seen get really whacked. But
Tinkage said he signed up for Homemaker Holly #1.
Awesome, man.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. You will not be disappointed. I'm going to take care of everybody on that mailing list. You're getting something cool. I don't know what it is yet, but we'll figure it out.
It depends, Corey. It really depends.
I think it'll ultimately depend on the long-lasting effects of what Trump does and how it affects other countries, because I can see other countries trying to actively defy it, but I actually think a lot of what Trump is doing now will have a ripple effect on other places in the world.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm not going to bring up fully, but there is another situation also with these countries that
yeah, and
can't fully talk about
the fact that Canada is going to crash. It might be for a better outcome as well. Like, it might be worth it to become the 51st state, have freedoms of speech, go back to two genders, God forbid, and maybe have some 2A as well. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I don't think any country is ever going to let them have 2A. Good luck on that one.
We'll let you have memes again, but
our government's been actively fighting to take it away from us, guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's see where we're at here with the interview.
Other volleyball players were hurt, but the best is weightlifting, where you see a record that stood for like 15 years, and they're putting, an eighth of an ounce on each side of the bar. You know this better. And then some person that transitioned to a female from a male. Have you lifted before? Not much, no. Well, here we are. So he got, they added like 100 pounds to it. He still lifted. Yeah. So it's crazy. The swimmers too. Look at the swimmers. Yeah. I mean, the swimmers, it's ridiculous.
Yes.
So, and I think it's very.
It's the Macho Man meme from South Park.
Right? Yes, which actually became fucking reality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Meaning to women.
Like our parodies are not really parodies anymore.
No,
like documentaries and our cartoons become reality.
Yeah, Batman B is only 2 weeks ahead.
I love how, like everybody's saying this. Like we've said it for the last couple of years. It's like, what was a conspiracy 10 years ago is now last week's news.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I saw a meme the other day that said, "Can someone send me some new conspiracies? All my old ones came true."
Yeah, that's
for real.
But she wants to play sports and she wants to play against women. You don't necessarily want to play against men. It's okay, but you don't want to do it. Did you see the boxing match at the Olympic boxing? Did you see the guy?
I did.
Did you see that beautiful Italian girl? She's supposed to be a good boxer. She took just a left jab. The guy's up. He goes boom. That's like a defensive punch. So it goes like that. I never saw it quite like that. She didn't actually go down. She walked back to her corner. She said, "I just got hit harder than I've ever been hit before."
It was ridiculous.
Then the corner pushes her back out. "You can do it. You can do it." But he goes with another left jab. And she walked off. She said, there's no way I can beat that. Now, there were two people in the Olympics, because I didn't even know they have female boxing. There were two people that transitioned into women. Both of them won the gold medal. Shockingly. Are you shocked to hear that?
Imagine that, right?
How would you like to play this guy? Okay? He decides to transition. I don't think we have to worry about it. Somehow I don't think we have to worry about it, but this would not be pleasant. Anyway, it's been great being with you guys.
All the pleasure's been ours.
Sir, thank you.
The transitioner.
Yeah.
This is also the other thing. Like the funniest thing to watch is just we're now culture shifted back to normalcy.
Yours did. I'm still in Canada. It's still insanity over here.
True.
Yeah. But hopefully it'll accelerate the issue so that we can get out the tunnel faster.
There is still the consideration that we shouldn't go too far back the other way, but yes, it is overall going back to normalcy. Thank God.
You mean you're afraid it's going to go too far in the other direction?
I'm worried of the 90s church moms, all right? And I say that as a Christian myself.
You're worried about
because
afraid
once
of another
that happens,
D&D
you
craze.
get right back into the George W. Bush and Obama years, and you're right back to where you started.
The D&D craze.
The satanic panic.
Honestly, I don't think we'll ever go back to that specifically.
Well, you can already see what the overall consensus is on it, and just last few months, I've been kind of paying attention to how people have been reacting to I guess you could call it early mid 90s conservatism, that brand, and it's even fellow conservatives are yeah, fuck that. Nope.
That's because they're trying to push your shit right early. It's we just got past this, guys. Fuck off.
Yeah, let's have some normalcy for a little bit. Get used to that for a while. Get back some trad wives here.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
What is Readout going on about? It says, I don't get 21st century boxing. 20th century boxing or seen to be a sport. 21st century boxing is faker than wrestling somehow.
Yeah, the only boxing match I've ever seen is the one that recent Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah, the
that
one
was
that was
ridiculous.
totally
So that
legit.
wasn't it. That was not a good first experience for.
No,
not a
everyone's
good
One,
sales
keep
pitch
in
for
mind,
boxing.
keep in mind that was like a rigged match for one. Two,
Yeah, that was
he's a
that
50-year-old man.
That was an abomination, dude.
Like you're like, oh man, I want to watch this. Watching a 50-year-old man
with
Yeah.
a YouTuber like Jake Paul.
Yeah, I'm totally with Corey on this. He's saying we need hot babes like that on this comic book page. Ain't no babes, too many dudes. Because
100%.
Thank you, Corey. That was done by Frederick himself.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, and here's the inspiration.
More and more, I look at the
That's why people.
Well,
tune
she's
in.
not truly the inspiration. It's hilarious that they both happen to have the same name.
Sabrina. Yes.
Hi, Sabrina. How you doing?
We need to get her on as a guest. Gotta be gold for the 100th episode or something. James should track her down. Our lawyer here. James, he's not in tonight. Must be doing some.
Talk
lizard
about
lawyer
memes
things.
coming true.
Which one? That's
Uh,
right.
If you got her on here, that would be a meme coming true.
Oh yeah, of course. That'd be awesome. That'd be like breaking the fourth wall with big
I
movies.
I actually love seeing that we're now starting to swing back into having like sexy ladies actually be part of like book and comic book covers.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm all for it.
You need them to set the standard for all the pajama wearing people in public these days.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Well, it's like you see it a lot with like you see like the opposite a lot with like Hollywood movies, like God forbid they actually show like a sexy lady outside of like something you see on HBO, but like they'll show like half naked dudes all day long, you know.
And then the half naked chicks they show are actually dudes. So
Yeah, it's Hollywood.
Exactly.
Hollywood ladies.
And
I both worlds.
I do think the pendulum is swinging back the other way. Granted, don't get me wrong. Like you're going to have the left, you're going to have certain leftists calling it like full on like heteronormative. You're going to have certain people on the right calling it gooner bait. Like you're going to have naysayers on both sides, but
You're going to be meeting in the middle for very different reasons.
yes.
So,
but I do think it's a good change. A real
so
good change.
Corey, speaking of Booba, I mean, you got to show us some Andromenoids, Booba. You know?
Yeah, we got to get him back on here when he launches. Whenever you have an update to announce or a campaign launching, give us a heads up, Corey. We'll have you on and show some boobies on the screen. Looking forward to that. Sounds creepy when I say it that way, but you know what I mean.
That's right. You're definitely making it creepy.
Shit, I hate to do this, guys, but I am gonna have to take off. I gotta prep for the there's a State of the Union and I gotta prep my show.
Hold up.
Understood.
We have breaking news. We have to show you before you go.
Okay.
In for a treat. You know, back before the war broke out, I was a saucier in San Antone. I bet I could call up some of them greens. Yeah, noodle some crawfish out the patty, yo. Maybe some crab apples for dessert.
There you have it. Well, thank you very much, Len, for stopping
I'd
by,
love
man.
to come back sometime. So, and maybe have you guys on my show too. So
That'd be a hoot. Let me know. Send me an invite, and anytime you want to come back on, let me know, and I'll drop you the link. You got an open
Nice.
invitation. Thank you, man.
All right, thank you. Appreciate
Have a
it.
good show tonight, and everybody check out his show, tonight on Len Lurks Moar, right after this one.
Yep.
All
Take care,
right.
guys.
Talk
See you
soon.
later.
Have a great night, Len.
Have a
You
great
too.
night and God bless.
Same to you. Thank you.
Also, don't worry, Corey. I'm just going to pester you all year.
It's a good kind of pestering, you know? It's
That's
the
right.
motivating.
Listen, I
nitpicking.
signed up to your email thingy a while back. Still waiting. Matter of fact, I think you put it out last year in March.
Well, there is one thing that Corey Barton worked on a little while back that I'm going to be sharing some more of very soon, here in the next month or two. Yeah, be on the lookout for that. I'm not sure if we've showed it on this show yet. I'm not sure if we have or not. It's very good.
Shown it public at all.
Actually, I have a little bit on X. I have anyway, so we could probably share it if you guys want.
Let me also play this random clip.
Yeah, pull it up.
Why the fuck would you name your drink Sweat?
These Japanese, man, they're crazy.
Like, is it supposed to be girls sweat or something? I don't know. Fucking Japan.
Japan can go way too far sometimes.
I mean,
like I'm gonna be honest. At first, you think, oh, nothing, but you're also like, it's Japan, so maybe that means like fucking girl sweat or some shit. I don't know.
100%.
Anyways.
So I'm only going to be showing one of these because I'm keeping some of the artwork under wraps, but I am giving a preview. This is one of the two pieces that Corey sent to me that I had commissioned. I sent it to you, Frederick, so you should be able to pull it up without any issue.
Can I? You say I won't have any issues on her, but you overestimate me. Hold on.
I can also.
First of all, Corey, it wasn't. Sweet.
Yeah, if you could pull it up, Otter, on your end, it'd be.
Yeah, it's no problem. I just thought of it now.
Yeah, you fucking
I
stupid.
was setting my mind on the old episode of the real Ghostbusters.
Ooh, mama. See, that's some Corey Barton right there. Oops.
I basically told. So I basically told Corey with this. I'm like, yeah, this is one of the pieces that's actually just meant to be like provocative. So go ham, Corey. Have fun with it. This is one of two pieces I commissioned for him.
Can you tell us the name of the
I love
character?
the colors. Yeah, the colors.
That is actually my villain, General Karst.
I think it's pronounced Surst.
How dare you?
Right, Billy Bob?
It's hard to. You try to make us hate her, and then you present her like this. Now we don't want to. Come on, Otter.
And that's what I'm doing as a writer, all right?
That's right, Corey.
She's got to be hot, but she's also got to be like someone you really don't want to be around, all right?
It's
the
kind of
essence of a femme fatale.
Yeah, push and pull kind of thing happening.
Giggity.
Yes, keep on doing more, Corey. More babes.
And it's gone.
Just give us a taste and then it's gone.
You'll see more of it when book 2 comes out. I
Subscribe
haven't announced
to,
the title yet, but
there's no title
I'm
out
very
yet.
excited to be revealing it very soon. It does have a title. I just haven't shared it yet.
I think my chick can take your chick.
Is that? Are you,
You know-
talking? Wait a minute. I want details.
Oh boy.
Are we talking about like in a fight or romantically?
Fight.
My response is yes and yes.
Mm-hmm. I figured.
No, if it turns into a strength contest, my chick is screwed. Yours will take that all day long.
Sounds like it's gonna turn into fan fiction.
Corey, you say that, but she's like literally the worst. Don't do it, man. It's a trap. Not literally, but it's a trap.
I think Corey hasn't been hurt enough or burned hard enough yet. He's still young and innocent.
Obviously,
Trusting of these beautiful, sensual creatures. Letting your guard down. Dangerous. Don't do it, kids.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Proceed at your own risk.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Andromenoids to come out. There's the obvious reasons. Like, we all know why a lot of us are going to be buying it, but it also looks like a really cool setting and everything. I'm actually excited to see what the story's going to be.
Right?
Yeah, it's kind of cyberpunk, I imagine.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It also looks like there's mutants and all of that too. So I'm like, yeah, that seems like a lot of fun.
Corey, is she worth the pain? Perhaps. Yes.
Did you send the link?
Let's put it this way, Corey. Her whole race, the Ograthians, their whole motto is pain and pleasure. They embrace both sides of that.
Listen, Corey, I swear to God, we're gonna get you on, even if you're not ready. We're gonna get you on to talk a little bit about this.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
you know what? You're in Australia, so you don't have guns, so not good protection in your house. Just saying.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to drive a long time before you go kidnap him in Australia.
I'm gonna drive over the ocean.
You don't even like driving to Nashville.
I'll have to drive over the ocean, Frederick.
And it's a beautiful city.
I have a.
Well, you take the ferry. Obviously, you take the ferry.
Got to overinflate the tires. That's all.
Oops.
Hey, she's gonna crush you.
You're gonna get visited by a Mugwai and his entourage of Klingons.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. We're gonna force you. We're gonna do what George said we could do to him if he didn't have the book done in fucking 20.
It's motivation using military grade psychological tactics.
That's right. We're gonna put you in the middle of an island surrounded by acid.
But he's gonna need a lot of beautiful ladies.
Gay homosexuals are gonna rape you.
He's gonna need to be surrounded by beautiful babes as models.
No. It's gonna be gays. Okay.
It's gonna
be. That's gonna be an incentive for him to not escape the gays.
But then your comic's gonna turn out gay if you do that.
And a ton of murderous otters. There you go.
Well, they're gonna die if they go in the acid otter. Speaking of otters, in our fucking
acid-resistant otters.
Obviously.
Listen, Corey, you think I'm fucking Frederick? I swear to God.
I'm trying to load his comment, and you keep bringing it down, Billy Bob.
Listen, Corey, I'm not playing, man. Not playing.
Struggle is real.
You gave us 3 pages and some art and shit, and just haven't heard anything over what has it been, a year and a half or something? Come on.
You draw a good booba, and then you leave us hanging like this.
A year is normal.
You gave us a really good ass shot. Matter of fact, I ought to bring it up.
Which ass shot?
The one where they're in the middle of the city.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Let me see if I can bring it up. Great fucking
ass shot draw.
Let me see if I can bring it up. I'll be just a moment.
Yeah, right. I know what you're doing. Looking at the ass shot. Just a moment.
You know what? And we're also gonna have a roaming Joe Biden, right? In the forest.
What are we doing?
Past the acid and the lake and the otters and the gay men, we're gonna have to worry about a roaming Joe Biden.
What are we talking about? Huh?
Listen, we're gonna have to force him to finish it,
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Okay, I think this is what you're talking about. Let's see if I can get it up here. There we are.
Phrasing.
Oh, giggity. There we are.
Corey, I'm going to hold you to it. What today's March the 4th. Yeah.
All right, you guys should be able to put it up now. Giggity.
Can you? Yeah, full screen. That's. Oh man, that's beautiful.
You see, Corey, we want more of this.
Look at that.
Looks incredible.
And
I'm
he's
sure
doing
this
his
is
own-
dated, by the way.
This is his own colors, I bet. Right? You do everything, Corey.
I'm willing to bet this is like an older
Zoom in
version
on the
of him
ass.
doing his colors.
Zoom in on the ass. Enhance.
Zoom and enhance.
All right, fine.
Enhance.
Enhance.
You're
There.
enhancing slow.
Ooh, mama. And see, you got different types of asses. You notice? You got the. I'm afraid of the vocabulary.
Variety is the
Just-
spice of
Oops,
life,
sorry.
you know?
Yes, the top right one is the best. It's a great ass shot.
Yeah, but you don't have to, Corey. You can definitely do an Indiegogo for the production as well. I think if you're open about it, and, you know, communicate your deadlines and stuff, I think you could definitely do that as well.
I think most people are fine. I give leeway to the only time I don't give leeway for some of that stuff is if there's no reason for you not have it launched at when full comic, but if you're like smaller artists and shit, and
I never realized, but in just 2 small panels, look at how much TNA Corey has fit in here. I mean, obvious you've got these, but look at the projector displays and everything too. I didn't even notice that until now.
No
All right,
space
Corey, hold up,
wasted.
Corey.
No space wasted.
Now he's telling us about the full resolution of the file. Corey, you're just making it where we need to bring you on real quick and you show us the full res version.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna need to.
I need
move on.
every pixel of her ass, you know.
I mean, there's no other way around it. We're gonna have to do a Where's Waldo dive into this one.
I'll say this, Corey, you're gonna get a lot of support from this. Like the premise alone, like people will support it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The setting is great, and hot babes are always a good seller. And if you have a great story on top of that, it's a good bet.
It's a great overall recipe for success.
Amen.
See, one of these days I gotta get you to do a Foxy piece.
And it's gone.
Well, yeah, you gotta, because you know he's doing some commissions in between his comic as well. Like we all are. I mean, like I am here as well.
Next thing you know, I just commissioned them for like Dinah and Cyanistra.
Got some
That was so
future-
funny. Okay, Frederick, in our last campaign game, Blackwood is playing a fucking retard. Who I don't know. This chick is we were supposed to murder these otters, but the otters are like innocent and shit, right? We're not really harming anybody, so we're like, all right, we're just not going to do anything.
Just gonna say something real quick to Corey, man. We appreciate it as well, and take your time with the art, man. It's worth, like, even if it takes time, having something that's a great freaking book that'll last forever after that is worth it. Like, put your heart and soul into it, and don't forget about it though. Come back to it, because we want to see it realized in our hands soon.
Listen, Corey, I'm just fucking with you about the island with gay otters. Joe Biden. All right. With acid. But no, I do want to see it. I've been waiting for it. Trust me. I'll make sure everyone knows to buy it.
Yeah, well,
If I really like something, I'll make sure everyone knows. Yeah.
I'll talk to Patrick, get you on the Commandos as well. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have you on there too. That'd be freaking awesome.
So, Billy, you were talking about Blackwood's character.
Okay. So we end up finding we were supposed to be hunting these giant otter monsters, right? So we get there and like we're hidden and we see that like the otters are just happily playing, doing nothing wrong, and then there's like this ginormous fucking like a ginormous titted green lady in the lake, right? So we send Nikolai's character to go talk. It's all going fine, and then Blackwood's character is a fucking like a little hornball,
Well, here's the thing. Before this happened, like Nikolai's character, like being Nikolai's character, naturally strips along with the lady in the lake, because like Cyanistra has a bit of a nudist streak going on. That's what I've noticed.
They're friends of Otter, Corey. That's how. Anyways, continue.
Well, I mean, they're like that was kind of the whole thing before. Like the version of diplomacy that was going on was basically, like you guys all saw a naked lady in the lake. You guys went, "Hey, let's talk to her." Cyanistra goes up and then just immediately strips and gets right in with her, then talks to her.
Yes.
And then Blackwood intervenes.
Yeah, and then for some reason Blackwood was rolling Constitution rolls to not bust.
Hey,
Really?
you're the one who suggested it. You guys were joking about it so much that I went, Blackwood, if you want to, make a roll for me. Otherwise, you don't have to. He's like, fine, I'll make a roll.
So
I'm like,
anyways,
okay.
I end up going to smoke break. I come back, and then Blackwood evidently got in the fucking water with this thing.
I'll be back.
Now, keep in mind, Nikolai's character, he's playing a female character, and I'm like, all right, so he's probably fine getting in the water with this creature. But Blackwood's not. He's playing the male. And I'm like, okay, I know where this is going. So he ends up like, what do you end up doing? End up like hugging her or some shit and going underwater.
No, she hugs him. He's asking me if his character has a shot with her. And I'm like, before you even finish the thought, her arms are wrapped around your neck. And she's pulling you into the water.
Wait, hold up. What are you saying, Corey? Confused. Why the fuck didn't you get me to do that art for commission? Which art?
I think he's talking about Foxy or yeah, probably Foxy. That's my guess. Big reason is I don't think we even talked about it until now.
Who, me? No, I just mentioned him one day. I have to save up money for shit. And to be fair, I got to do Frederick first.
Well, but between like us talking about Foxy and me also talking about your all's characters, I literally didn't think of them until right now.
I think you might be referring to the green lady.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
He's hearing about nudist babes for some reason. That's Nikolai's character. Nikolai is playing like a moon elf alchemist, and she really likes, like, every time there's water around, she's getting naked. That's usually how it works.
Yeah, Corey, sorry, I'll be the one commissioning those nudist babes, unfortunately.
Yeah, so Blackwood ends up getting drug under the fucking water, and of course the snake or the fucking lady turns into a fucking snake thing. It starts drowning him.
The reason for that is the creature in the water is a Nyx, and
yes,
Nyxes can shapeshift.
Listen, we all knew where this was going when he got in the water. Okay,
I was just kidding, Corey. Hopefully, we'll never know. But this is your game, though. This is not the story.
The what?
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
in the game.
Well, anyways,
That's
Blackwood manages to get out of it, and he ends up floating up to the water. He immediately shoots the bitch in the fucking face, which turns all the otters hostile.
So he gets mauled by like 12 otters or something like that.
It was like 12, or technically 15, I think, in total, but
yeah, something like that.
Like 12 of them at first, and they just all fucking jumped to the point where if actually me and Frederick and them didn't jump in, he'd be dead.
You mean Frequency? Because I wasn't there.
Oh yeah, Frequency and Nikolai kind of joined in later. But if it wasn't for us, I think Blackwood would have fucking gotten mauled to death by like 12 otters.
Hearing you all just describing what you all were doing in that moment was the best thing, because like Blackwood was getting drowned, you and Frequency's character were just you all were having like a sandwich or something, just sitting on the shoreline.
Some bread and cheese and lunch.
Then it's like combat breaks out fully. Blackwood's character runs up to Cyanistra and she just bitch slaps him.
Yes.
Now my character actually turned to Billy and said, "Shouldn't we help him?" And Billy said, "Here, have some cheese."
Oh, that's when he first got it. Because I'm like, or when he no, that's when he was getting drowned. Because I was like, oh, he's only been in there for a minute. We'll see. To be fair, I don't know I don't know what you were expecting us to do either. Like, we couldn't jump in to help him. Like, I'm wearing like full armor and shit.
Yeah, Corey. So this is a campaign we're running. Technically, it's like so like if you've heard of D&D, this is a similar system. It's called Castles and Crusades. It's I think it's the last system Gygax actually worked on before he passed away, or
Really?
he at least gave the devs his approval. Like, he looked over some of their mechanics and notes, and he was like, "Yeah, this looks a-okay, guys."
That's kind of cool, especially considering like D&D kind of like thumbed their nose at Gygax recently.
Yeah, like the devs for Castles and Crusades, they don't do that because they actually worked with them on it.
Yeah, respect.
It's like D&D, but not gay.
Right.
But yeah, like I do kind of like I hate to be so like self-referential about this, but it's the idea of a beer and pretzels game like actually spawning a pretty fucking interesting story. So it's kind of tough for me not to talk about it every here and there.
So, anyways, moral of the story: quit being a horny douchebag to clearly, obviously dangerous monster ladies, where you get jumped by 15 otters. Which, by the way, we weren't going to kill; they were peaceful, and now we ended up with, I think, 16 pelts.
I knew this was how it was going to end. I knew it.
You all got some good gold for it at the very least.
Yeah, evidently the fucking otters were just like hoarding gold up their ass or something.
Aha.
If only Bronson were there to check.
Cause that character to have so much PTSD. Which is kind of funny because now he's going to be really happy that we're killing Christian's original character.
Well, the thing is, like,
it's the only time I ever felt bad for an NPC.
Yeah, for those of you who aren't aware, which is most likely, the idea is that Christian was part of this game too, and his character, who is a wizard, basically took the local village and made it into everybody's proper town, and they've kind of been managing it ever since. Part of this whole regime involved a random villager whom Christian ended up calling Wolf Boy, whose actual name is Bronson. So anytime they ended up killing a wolf or something similar, it was Wolf Boy's job to shove his arm up its ass and check for gold.
Well, where else were the wolves hiding the gold we were looting off of? It's clearly up their ass.
The thing is, by the end, like whenever the tables were finally turning on Christian's character, Bronson was more than happy to help out.
Oh yeah, we disguised him as an orc lady. Or not orc lady, an ogre lady.
Yeah.
But what really soured Bronson toward Christian wasn't the Wolf Boy comments. It was because Christian used him as bait.
I think it was also like forcing him to shove his hand up Wolf's ass.
That too. He was also being
kind of ruins the relationship, you know.
He was also being chased around by a horde of undead at one point.
What was that?
That was something. That was like right whenever you guys were about to like raid the graveyard, like the first level. He was the distraction.
Oh,
yeah. And so there was zombies chasing him. Me and my scouts mowed him down. I was like, do not let
oh
any
yeah,
of them
I forgot about this.
And I'm buying him a drink afterwards because this ain't fair.
I forgot. Yeah, he did use him as bait.
Yeah, needless to say, he went from a common peasant boy who shoved his hand up wolves' asses to being an okay rancher who's selling his entire property so Cyanistra can build both a public bathhouse and a brothel.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
like,
at least that should get him out from under the aliens.
Well, that, and he also had, I guess, wasn't it harpies? I think that was a session I was kind of there, but not really playing.
Did you say harpies or herpes?
They're harpies.
In which these dumbasses managed to kill the person they were supposed to save in that quest, which was old.
That ranch was cursed. It had to be.
Oh, I think you guys are talking about a later session. So a couple other things they ended up doing was raiding a harpy's lair. They also ended up chasing after a dark stalker, which had stolen the local cartographer. They thought they were about to save him, but what they didn't realize was whenever a dark stalker dies, it basically erupts into a fireball.
Hold
So
up.
it killed him with it.
There's no we. I was not in that session. That wasn't my character's fault at all. My
Technically, it
character
was
in the
Blackwood
city.
who did it.
Yes,
And
but I
he
wasn't
didn't
there at
even
all.
know.
I was in the city. That was y'all.
Yeah, I had to actually show the stat block to you guys just so you didn't call bullshit on me. I'm like, it's actually here in the rules.
Didn't it do like 3d8 damage or 3d6 or something like that?
It insta killed the guy you were trying to save.
Not we. I wasn't a part of that. That was the other groups.
Yeah.
It was their fault.
Failure.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
so
don't you
moral
dare
of the
start
story.
getting
Moral of the story, Corey Barton couldn't have put it better. Yeah, don't be mean.
Yeah, don't be an asshole.
We're not assholes.
Well, that was Christian's character's whole shtick. Cerealis. That was Cerealis' whole shtick. He walked around thinking he was better than he really was.
Yeah, and right now he's being made as a how do I put this? A cock sleeve to a dragon. Right?
He's like Benny to the mummy now.
Okay, so back
That's
to
a
the
neat way
ladies
of
in the
saying
lake.
what I said.
Oh boy. Yeah, so back to the ladies in the lake.
The ladies in the lake. Well, she's fucking
He's
dead.
referring to the Knicks and also Nikolai's character.
That's right.
Yeah, that was what happened their last game. Yeah, like I said before, like Nikolai's character has a habit of really liking to bathe, whether that be water or potentially blood, as I found out in one of the games.
Yeah, but that was because it was like a special item.
It was
though.
a Diablo fucking thing.
Yeah,
It was a Diablo fountain.
That's a
that's
healing
what it
reference.
was.
Yeah. Mhm. But still, weird.
Funny enough, our group would be classified as, I guess, good.
For the most part. Nikolai's character has some questionable moments. That was one of them.
You think?
Like technically, she also made like an impromptu deal with a disembodied Naga just to get her boobs bigger.
Yeah, but the Naga was fucking retarded and didn't realize how she was getting deceived.
Yeah, the Naga didn't realize she wasn't the one holding the cards.
Yeah. And we also killed her, like, easily.
The funny part is, like, I was role-playing her to where she was, like, trying to refuse to talk to Cyanistra, but he was so insistent that she eventually answered anyway.
She knows how to deal.
And now she regrets it in the afterlife.
Yep.
She's like, I made this bitch's tits bigger, and I think what else? You gave her another something else. Tits
It
bigger.
was
and
like
something
plus
else.
one to wisdom as well.
Yeah, you made her smarter. By the way, quite ironic. Increased her wisdom. What are you drawing here, Frederick?
So, I've told you about this, haven't I?
Not
this
sure.
This is John Burns. I forget what the title of it is, but I'll give you a
Oh,
short description.
yeah, that's right. You're practicing your inking.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, short story is I wanted to practice my inking, like instead of warming up, just doing lines on a blank sheet of paper. I figured why not like work on something that another artist has done, like, and I found this. Well, Tenkage introduced me to this work by John Byrne. So basically, John Byrne was like a co-plotter and artist on the Phoenix Saga with the X-Men, right? And he kind of had a disagreement with the main writer, Chris Claremont on how the story should have ended. So on his own time, he penciled up an alternate ending. I think it's like 32 pages of a story. So he has this shared on his blog, just the pencil pages that you can download. So I downloaded them all and printed them in blue line so that I could ink them up here. And this is page 1. In the jungle, the deadly jungle.
I also decided to rewatch Fifth Element.
It's
what
a
was
great
the name
movie.
of the?
I love that movie.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The dude who was also who worked on Blade Runner was also working on that one for the art and the city and design and stuff. Correct?
Is that Moebius? Maybe.
I know they both pull from the one comic.
Yeah. I mean, is it from a straight comic or is it like its own thing?
What was the name of that comic? Corey, do you know? It's a taxi driver in the cyberpunk, or not cyberpunk, but you know what I mean. Dystopian future setting.
Yeah. I think that's a Mézières book, right? That's a French bande dessinée, I would imagine.
Yeah, but it had another name. I'm trying to think of it. He was a taxi driver. It's where Blade Runner pulled its inspiration for its city designs, like heavily pulled from it.
Yeah.
And of course, I think I'm trying to remember the dude who was also doing that for Blade Runner also worked on Fifth Element.
I'm not sure which dude you're talking about, but could be Moebius, but I'm not I think Moebius was involved in Fifth Element, I believe. I'm not sure about the Blade Runner, but it could be. He's been around a long time, although he's no longer with us, unfortunately.
Hold on, let me...
Speaking of French entertainment, Frederick, have you ever watched when you were growing up Spartacus and the Sun Beneath the Sea?
No.
No? I'm probably the only one who remembers that.
I watched The City of Gold.
So yes,
same guy did that.
Really?
Yeah, Spartacus was done by the same lady, I think, actually.
Because the studio who did that also did Inspector Gadget.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it was the success of Gadget that kind of led to them abandoning the City of Gold.
Oh, that's not cool.
So Jean-Claude
but they came back to
Mesri?
it. They eventually finished the series in modern times, but it was a different look. It was like 3D with a 2D finish. But still, they finished the story.
Oh my God! How do you say
It
this?
was 2.5D.
Yeah, I think they actually have 3D models, but then they flattening it, and trying to emulate a flat hand-drawn look.
So I don't know how to say this last name, Frederick, by the way.
You always have, what is it? Can you show me? Zoom and enhance. Jean-Giraud Moebius, is that it? Jean-Claude Mézières. That's what I was saying, Mézières. Yeah. Jean Giraud, so Moebius, and Jean-Claude Mézières, the two artists I've been saying for the past 5 minutes.
Or maybe it was they didn't have them on Blade Runner, but Blade Runner was using, of course, heavily inspired from his work.
Well, I think Jean Giraud was actually hired. Okay, apparently they both were. Okay, from what I'm reading.
Yeah, he did most of it, and it's saying Morbius did some.
Yeah, Moebius also did the Dune film that would never be. But people are saying now they can do that with AI. Like they're totally going to be able to use his, because he has perfect thumbnails. He storyboarded the whole film of Dune. like he has this huge story Bible. I think there was like 2 copies or something, and they had all the actors lined up. Like Salvador Dali was going to be the emperor. Jodorowsky's son was going to be the main character, which was really weird. But anyways, H.R. Geiger was going to do the designs for the Harkonnen. So the guy that did Alien, before he did Alien, was going to do the Harkonnen designs, and he actually did some. There's books about his paintings of the Harkonnen designs. So they actually did start working on that, but it never saw a day. But now, thanks to AI, they'll be able to dream it up, because that's kind of what they're talking about now. Is studios are coming in and doing. They're building AI studios to make full featured films now.
So whatever this is,
that looks like that's Moebius. That's Leican. That looks like Akan.
Cook and Becker.
Yeah, that's the Incal. Great series.
If I remember correctly, it was the Blade Runner movie took from his work, and then Fifth Element had both of them working on the concept art.
Yeah,
which is why it looks a lot like Blade Runner.
Oh man, Fifth Element is one of my favorite movies. I think it flows. It's such a pleasure to watch that movie. It's yeah, love it.
It's a movie that feels like it hasn't aged a day in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's timeless, right? It's and it's still fast paced. Like with my ADD kind of brain, like it goes from one scene to the other. Like they start a line in one scene and the other scene ends the line. Like they're always like they have these kind of audio transitions that are kind of non sequitur. Say again?
Hold up.
Yeah, I'm just in love with that movie. It's not at all because Mila Jovovich is hot. It has nothing to do with that.
And she's practically nude their entire first scenes. Like, oh no, she's wearing some fucking some over it, and I'm like, yeah,
it's like the scantiest clothing.
It's just a.
I'm sure
you have like 3 or 4 side characters all simping over her too. It's like, yeah, they knew what they were doing.
The priest, man, that's good. Yeah, you can leave us now. Leave us. That's so good.
I do wonder where she went. You know, the director went, all right, I want you to actually play like you're retarded, okay? Who drew this movie poster?
Now, all right, Mila, learn how to say multipass a lot and say it very convincingly.
Oh yeah, she made up her own language. They did it together, and he eventually ended up leaving his wife for Mila Jovovich after that movie.
Who?
Jean-Luc Besson, the director.
Oh.
His wife is
that's kind of fucked up, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, and his wife plays in the movie as well.
Oh, who's she?
She's the blue alien doing the opera.
No kidding.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Hold on, let me look that up.
Yeah,
it's like the worst form of irony.
Verify that. That's what I heard. It could be a fake rumor. It could be fake news.
And then when he looks at it, he when someone asked him about it, he said, it was a metaphor for our broken marriage. It's a metaphor. I'm getting shot.
Yeah.
Me pulling out the stones over to my balls.
And after that, they did The Messenger. The Joan of Arc film, The Messenger.
Fifth Element. Cast. Let's see who played the blue alien. Also, I forgot how gay Chris Tucker was in that movie.
Yeah, he's insanely gay. But he's always kind of like that.
Which is weird because his character 100% should be gay. It's clearly what they were going for, but he's like eating out a fucking flight attendant.
Yeah.
When they're lifting off.
That's a funny scene. And what's his name from Beverly Hills 90210? Luke Perry. He's got a short role at the beginning of the film.
Yeah, and they also got to at least do in that movie, which Blade Runner couldn't do because they were out of time and money, to do the opera scene.
Yeah.
Which is what they were wanting to, or the people on the Blade Runner wanting to do from the books.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Quick thing, in the books, there's an entire scene with Decker listening to the android lady singing and shit. They wanted it, but they couldn't get it.
Yeah. Blade
I'm
Runner's
trying to
also
look up who the
lady is.
did the character have a name?
Of course, but I don't recall what it was. But if you type blue opera lady, Fifth Element. Let me do that.
Major ice sport. Oh my god, I think one of the fucking actors is now a tranny.
They call her a diva. The diva.
Diva, okay.
Diva Plava Laguna.
See if she was married to the director.
French actress Maywin Lebesco, the then wife of Luc Besson. So, yeah, checks out.
Oh. So he was a piece of shit. I mean, that's kind of a piece of shit.
Well, I mean, he was a director.
He said, oui, honey. I had you die in this film. We are legally no longer married. Oui.
Well, she's the one who's holding the Fifth Element inside her body and gives it to Lilu. Did you notice?
Bonjour, Mila.
No, she doesn't give it to Lilu. She gives it to.
Well, no, not directly, but it ends up being she has the stones basically, so she's passing her kidney stones or something.
So, anyways, he brought that to court and he said, "Oui, she agreed to the scene, Judge. We are no longer married. Oui. Do you see Mila? She hot."
Oh man!
And he just sends her a picture of her tits to the judge and like, oui.
he just he shares it with him. He's like multi-pass. That's what he's.
I do feel sorry for that.
I mean,
come on, this is a shitty.
To be fair, it's Mila Jovovich. Like,
it's still a shitty move, though.
Can you blame him?
Yeah. Actually, I still can because it's not like he met up with her later on or whatever. I think it's clearly he said, "Oh, oui."
Well, listen, when you invent a made-up language with the hot girl, there's no way that doesn't lead to sex. Okay, I'm sorry.
He said, "I have to get into the role. I have to see what your made-up language sounds like when you're on. Oui. Bonjour."
Oh, look, the Fifth Element has a new scene. It is a sex scene. Yes, I will be playing the male part.
And on top of having all these great artists for designs, I think they had also like what do you call them? Like fashion designers as well do all the costumes, because they had like he was tied to the fashion scene because you have like really hot, beautiful models. So there's a French Canadian girl who was in that movie as well. The girl with the dragon tattoo on the side of her head.
Oh my god, this is why he left his wife. Hold up. Oh.
She was in Resident Evil as well.
Yeah, and he was directing it.
Oh, was he doing that as well?
I can see why he left her. She's looking like Cortana from Halo 5.
That's cruel.
He said, oui, she got no titty.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard to beat Mila Jovovich. She's
like, dude, like half of the fucking scene. That's why everyone loves her. Just the fucking entire like full scene. It's just like nipples fucking poking and shit,
and baby talking at the same time.
Yeah. Like that's why people love it. Let's be honest.
Well, there's a lot of it. The movie works on many levels.
I think the only thing that doesn't actually hold up that well is Gary Oldman's character.
You think? He's incredible, as a gun merchant. Like when he's showing off the gun.
Yeah, but his allegiance to like the fucking big evil makes absolutely no sense.
I thought you were going to bring up Chris Tucker's character.
No, I think Chris Tucker's fine. Because here's the thing: the fucking movie is laced with satire. So
yeah, I actually really
sense.
like his character in that movie. I know a lot of people hate Chris Tucker in that movie. I'm like, no,
matter of fact,
it works just fine.
Look at Kanye.
Yeah,
look at a bunch of these other musicians. Is he really that outlandish?
He's really not.
Not really, eh?
To say a fucking famous dude who's kind of a jackass, it's over the top. I'm like,
But I mean, I can get that he gets on people's nerves. He's like quite over the top. Like he's even in Michael Jackson videos. Like Tucker was in a lot of places during the.
But
90s.
it doesn't feel out of place or anything like that either. That's the thing. Like he sees a lady he likes, he's immediately like trying to woo her, and usually she's already like halfway out of her pants for him.
Yeah, he does fit the role.
Like it's incredibly over the top, but that's the point.
We put it like this: are we really gonna say, like, fuck? The movie opens up with, or not opens up, but the first scene after the opening is literally the fucking cigarettes. Quit smoking, and it's like a fucking like 90% of cigarettes a filter.
It's inverted like filter versus tobacco portions. It's funny.
Yeah. And you have like a crackhead trying to rob him. Which, by the way, evidently like fucking 50 crackheads have tried robbing him because that's how many like guns and shit he has.
Got a whole lot of gun collection.
Yeah,
it's also a great way of like, I don't know, like usually you like especially when you watch like a movie review or something, it's like you always hear about like overacting being portrayed in a bad way. This is like overacting that's done very, very well to me. Like just the crackhead dude's like extremely over the top. Like he's really hamming it up, but it works so well.
I think the only actor I think that is not good in the movie is the president.
We had a couple of viewers on
I'm trying
Zapstream.
to remember the president.
Huh?
Got a message on Zapstream. Your balance is below 500 sats. Please top up or use this link. Yeah, so we're low on sats.
Zats, you're gonna die.
We had 3 viewers tonight on Zapstream concurrent. And we got 1 still watching us at this time. So hello out there to you Bitcoiners.
I think they should have got. They should just hired Terry Crews for that position. The dude who was in the movie, he actually sucked.
For which guy?
The president.
Yeah, the big black guy president. Yeah, he's kind of bad, right? Yeah, he's one of the weakest.
Yeah, but his performance is extraordinarily just not good.
I was gonna say for me, it's just that his character is boring. There's not much to him.
Yeah.
Also, his whole thing is keep it quiet. We don't want to have an incident. I'm like, okay. I don't know. We should have got Terry Crews. I'm just saying. He would have done great in the role.
Yeah, wasn't he the president in Idiocracy?
Yes. This came out before Idiocracy, I think. He was still I don't know.
They tried to kill Idiocracy. Like, they put it out in the minimum number of cinemas they were legally forced to do. And they really wanted it to kill it for some reason. The studios did.
Yeah. And also predicted Crocs, which is the most hilarious thing.
It created Crocs because they wanted a cheap solution for shoes.
Well, it didn't create them.
Well, yeah, it put them on the map. Well, okay, they existed.
Yeah.
But they proposed the solution of Crocs, putting that in the movie, and it was perfect.
But here's the thing. That movie did not make Crocs big. Keep in mind.
I mean, I don't know.
That movie did not make Crocs popular.
Well, it predicted
well
Crocs
over a decade before people actually started
At the
Where
very
you go?
least, its prophetic nature could foresee the Crocs would be the shoes of the idiot.
That is true. But they didn't make it big. I'm just saying, to be fair. That's why people look back and went, oh, shit. Because it was like I want to say 10 years later is when it really blew up and everyone was wearing Crocs. And then people were watching Idiocracy.
In their Crocs. Oh, shit.
It's like something that happened after that. Because the whole reason was Mike Judge, when he did an interview, and they, talking about the reason why they got those shoes. Because they were cheap. They're really shitty.
Yeah.
And they thought it would just fit really well for this world. And they were like, man, this ain't gonna be big.
Also creator of Office Space, Silicon Valley, like one of my favorite creators of all time.
King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead.
Incredible talent.
So I think it's about time to wrap this up.
Yeah, it's about that time. All right, let's lower the altitude, open the rear door, and get ready for showtime.
Hit it!
Shit! Oh, there they are. Look at these gorgeous sons of bitches.
Whee!
All right. So check out the links to Len Lurks.
Every Deadpool has a Peter.
Check out the links to Len Lurks Moar if you haven't already. It's in the description below. And yeah, let's start from the... Oh, it sounds wrong when I say it that way, but start with Law and Order here.
Starting from the bottom, huh?
Well, just like it's visually. Listen.
Giggity.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Is that a mockingbird?
Man, is that a mockingbird? Is that a mockingbird?
Is that a mockingbird?
Oh, that's great.
So anyways, Otter.
Well, here by the end of the month, I am hoping to be finished with my second book. I should be getting ready for formatting here soon after. Just going through the final polishing phases right now. Gonna have to update the glossary a bit as well, and then it should be ready to come out.
Wait! Aren't you forgetting something?
What's that?
Do you have an about the Otter section?
Yes, I will be having an about the Otter section, all 2 paragraphs of it. But I can tell you guys that I'm very excited for this book. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a bit more cloak and dagger, a bit more dark fantasy, but all things considered, I've been paying attention to the feedback, and the feedback seems to be very positive. So I'm very much looking forward to sharing it with you guys. There's going to be more artwork, including some artwork by Corey Barton himself, which I may or may not have shown earlier. But I think you guys will have fun with it.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a blast. I can't wait to see it. I've got the first one. I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to dive into it eventually.
All I'll say is this: athletic tits.
Yes, that's proper motivation. Wrangler from Frequency Studios.
All right, you can find my stuff on Amazon.com or pretty much anywhere books are available. You got Haley Star Bad Kitty and Bad Kitty Haley's World. They're up and out now. Also, set in that same continuity is a short story on my Substack. Check it out. I'm under Frequency Studios over there.
Awesome. Awesome. And Billy Bob, I think you're stepped away for a moment, so I'll do mine first. imakecomics.com. It's a forward address that'll take you to Retell Comic, where you can see the progress of the website, the comic book, with samples of the comic pages, as well like progress bars showing you where I'm at. Like got 3 pages colored already. I've been working on the lettering. I'm working on page 8 of the lettering at the moment. Pretty excited. Dude, the comic really comes to life once you've got the dialogue balloons and the captions and all that. It's pretty cool. So check that out. Billy Bob Sec, if you're not back yet, I'll do yours, because Billy Bob Sec has got a YouTube channel. He's got a couple of reviews that Tenkage and I did on Rook Exodus comic. Like we'll be doing a review of numbers 5 and 6 in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. And
be sure to follow him on Only Gremlins.
Thank you. That's right, Only Gremlins. He hasn't mentioned that in quite a while. So thank you again for tuning in with us on having an excellent conversation and getting to know Len Lurks tonight. And stay tuned next week. We've got Aaron from Immortal Rising. Should be an interesting conversation. And that's it. Au revoir. See you soon.
Squeak.
The sun has gone to bed, and so must I. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Hello, Bitcoiners. Thank you very much. Hello. It's good to be with you. It's good to be with you.